What's up, everyone? You already know what it is. Welcome back to SJ's Love Relay. Today we're diving into Pop the Balloon or Find Love Season 2 reunion. If you haven't already, be sure to check out my exclusive interview with Christian from this season. It's up on the playlist, The SJ Show. Now, let's just get into it. All right, Tech, let's do it. I love that set already. Upgrade. Same lights. What up, BM? Nice. Boom. Pies. James got the pies. James got the pies. I think I recognize her. I think that was Christian's match. Who's this? Boy Brian. Got the Burberry shirt on. This setting is beautiful. Oh, that's that lady. Here we go. Exotic dancer number 1. The Lovebirds, I love it. Let's go. Okay, she's on the lip gloss. Who's this? I don't recognize her at all. Is this the crazy dude who talked about weave this, weave that? Okay. Hopefully she stole her match. There they go. Hey. What up, Arlette? In the pink dress. What up, Arlette? In the pink dress. What up, Arlette? In the pink dress. Swing that microphone in the pink dress. Wait, that's it?
My name is James with James Gourmet Pies.
You kind of look like Coming to America right now.
I do have a rotation, but
I see you used to dealing with peasants, so you don't know when you see a king.
Why did you end up popping your balloon?
Honestly, it's because he's the police.
Your first one is given. Your second one, the mistake is on you.
You look like something that I might go, out back and take myself up top to. So I didn't know.
What does that mean?
You look like a porn star or something
Oh
like that.
my god.
What makes you wake up every day and want to do what you do?
My cat.
My cat.
You who?
My cat. That is who makes me happy.
I think Glorilla's beautiful.
I'm dark skinned. I think more like Kelly Rowland, but I appreciate the compliment.
That's fine as well.
Gracias.
Okay, so that was, like we saw, it was a great season. Thank you all, first of all, for coming on, and thank you all for being here today as well. To go ahead and kick it off, as we
Absolutely hilarious. Oh, gracias. My goodness.
saw in episode 12, there was someone who was just the king of marketing. Okay? I think we all
James with James Gourmet Pies.
kind of know who we're talking about over here. Every time we got to him, we were like, man, he's about to put himself on. So just to kind of go ahead and take a recap, let's go ahead and see what this man's journey was like on his episode.
My name is James with James Gourmet Pies. James with James Gourmet Pies. I'm James with James Gourmet Pies, 37.
Okay, let's go on over here. If we can have your name and age.
My name is James Gourmet Pies. Facebook, Instagram, check me out. James Gourmet Pies, 37. James Gourmet Pies, 37. James Gourmet Pies,
Oh my
37.
gosh, James.
Okay, so James.
Yes,
Every
ma'am.
single time I said, man, what's your name and age? What's your name and age? You always got to throw in James Gourmet Pies.
Got to. Got to. And let me tell you why, right? If you have a dream or a goal, I think that you should always put yourself out there.
Okay.
Even the Bible says, like, if I give you a talent and you waste it, go to hell. You know what I mean? So I feel like I'm the best at what I do, and
James didn't cite no scripture. I'm not saying it's not right, but come on, James, at least give us the verse.
that's how I introduce myself. I don't care who I'm talking to. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody need to have a 30-second commercial.
Okay. So speaking on that, so did you come on the show like trying to find a match, or you're like, you know what, I'm gonna come on there and just put my business out there? Was that the goal?
Definitely. I was really looking for something serious.
Oh, okay.
You know, and
I was like,
everybody,
where we going with this? Tell us so.
in the comment section, they've been coming at my top. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just here for promotion. And that was not it. I would say the very first contestant, Driva, she was one that I would have taken like very serious. You know what I mean? Like, I was feeling her. If you go and watch the whole thing all over again, like, that was one that I was like,
Oh,
you know,
that's
this could
Driva with the age thing. Copy.
be serious. You know what I mean? But then she was like, well, I don't like dudes with kids or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, everybody was amazing. Everybody was beautiful. But I'm saying, like, for me to be serious, that she would have been the one.
Should have been the one.
Yeah.
Okay. So as far as like everyone else, when you watched that episode, what did you guys think of James? Like, what did you guys believe that he was there for love, or you guys feel like he was there just to market himself?
Arlette.
Both.
I feel like I needed to taste one of his pies expeditiously.
That's what I wanted to do. I was just like, I want to try these pies. So,
Okay. So
even though the intent was not for him to advertise, it definitely was.
He made it ring a bell.
Yeah.
So I have a question for James. So James, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. If I want a pie, do you ship your pies?
I ship them nationwide, but you know, I just want people to know that you can rub your stomach and tap your head at the same time. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, James, you know the shipping was like $50, right? So
I'm working on that.
Okay.
Stay tuned. I promise. Stay tuned. It's going to be cheaper than that. Right now, it is a little expensive. I don't make nothing off shipping, but you know, I was definitely here to find something real, and it just didn't work out in my favor.
Okay, good.
So
good.
James, are you willing to go on again in the reverse position? Pause. No Diddy.
Why?
We got-
He is. Looking for a moment again.
Have to have that conversation. We can have that conversation. You know what I mean? Word.
I gotta say real quick for James pies, those pies is fire.
Hey,
They are.
Really good.
Thank you.
Those pies are really
Melt
good.
in your
Thank
mouth.
We got some samples. James brought us some samples. Okay,
That's
they were
what's
pretty
up.
tasty.
Tastes like your granny made them.
Okay, so James, you actually brought up Driva, who was on your episode. Driva, when you came out, unfortunately, you didn't find a match either. And one of the main reasons that people ended up hopping on you was something kind of a little silly when we look back at it. But
That's
I mean,
right.
I guess to them it was a big deal. But let's go ahead and see what it was that everyone ended up popping on.
Hi, I'm Driva.
Driva, okay, how old are you?
I'm above 30.
Okay. Is he someone that's your type?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
How old did you say you were?
33.
33? Okay, yeah. How old did you say you were?
36.
36?
How old are you?
Above 30?
Above 30?
Mm-hmm.
You're not confident in it?
I'm waiting for my husband to have a kid.
Okay.
Because I didn't tell my age, y'all.
Yeah.
Look, Braylon already ready to interject. Yeah.
You playing
yeah.
games. What you playing for?
All right, Braylon.
Okay, so Driva, it seemed like you focused a lot on the men's age, but then when it came to you, you were like above 30, like you didn't want to disclose yours at all. You kind of explained it a little bit, but do you want to kind of get into it?
You know what, y'all? I'm so sorry. If I could go back, I would just go ahead and tell the age. I didn't know that it was going to be a big thing. My bad. Like, if I could go back in time, y'all, I would just say my age because I didn't know it was going to be a big thing like that.
So how old are you?
35, y'all. 35. Internet, I am 35. Lord.
You can't come on a show like this disclosing information. Do you got kids? Maybe. Like,
I didn't
what?
say that.
I know,
I
I'm
didn't
just
say.
saying. Just
35. Thank you. Thank you.
Big
Thank
love.
you. Thank you. If I ever do anything like this again, I will just disclose it all.
Because you mentioned on the show is because of like brand deals or something along those lines. Like,
Yeah.
So the brands wouldn't have taken you if you were
Okay.
a certain age, or what is it?
So I want to get into acting also, and I really kind of y'all know how like Carly Red, like if you look her up, you can't find her age. People like are like guessing about stuff like that, and certain celebrities lie about their age. Like, I heard Beyonce isn't really the age that's on Google.
All right, Driva, this is where you're going into the wrong territory, girl. Just focus on you. Don't start getting into these big celebrity names because you're trying to project. And I think that's, as an actor myself, you can really start to feel like there's this facade that you're keeping up, but at the end of the day, your unique voice is what will really allow you to prosper in this business. Trust me, the formula don't always work for everybody the same way.
I'm just saying. So
I'm a beehive.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yo,
don't attack me. Don't attack me.
what's going on with
Hey,
you?
that's my girl.
Don't attack me. Don't attack
queen.
me.
You
But
can't-
like, I just really didn't want it all the way out there. But it's hell. The internet bullied me. 35.
You're still
Damn.
young. I mean, you're
Damn.
still young.
But yeah.
And I'll say for me, like, I didn't care what age you were. You know what I mean? Like, you could have been 55. You wearing it well. Like,
Nigga, Jay, I like that. That's the sauce right there.
Word. So I'm
Look,
coming
James
head to
trying to
face
get his
on
balloon unpopped real quick.
that. Somebody bring me another balloon.
So I have a question.
Go ahead, Braylon.
So now, what's your name again? I'm sorry. Driva. Now that you done tasted James' pies. Yeah.
Well, I want to give it a try.
What's up?
Yeah, we can
Go
do
ahead,
that, James.
slide
We
back
can link
Instagram.
tomorrow.
She said her and James can link tomorrow.
So
Oh,
Driva,
no.
Brian, we can link tomorrow too. No,
Somebody bring me a toothpick for my individual balloon. Now she's talking about laying it out.
but Driva, I want to talk about something. I wanted you to stand on your age, right? Because it really doesn't matter how old you are. We don't care about that, right? But that's something important for a man to know when we dating and we're asking these particular questions. So it doesn't really matter if you're 35. You could be 45. If we want to get at you, we're going to get at you.
No
And
question.
you look good.
Period.
Thank you.
See? But you already took it back. You said, when I come back, I'm going to say my age.
Stand on that age.
Yes.
That's
Stand on that age.
That's quote of the night. Stand on that age.
Okay, all right. Well, our next person we're going to talk about also got a lot of comments. A lot of people were saying like, oh, this girl has no self-confidence. She keeps popping on assumptions, this, that, and the third. Let's take a look at who that could have possibly been.
I didn't mean to pop it, but
Oh, you didn't mean to pop it.
no, I have arthritis. Like, my hands are bad, and like it accidentally literally just popped. But I feel like you probably want a girl that's more like clean.
Why are you
cut.
assuming that? Why are you assuming?
And I'm just more edgier.
Nope.
I already know you're not gonna like it, but my last relationship was New Year's, January. So that's just
So you popped because you assumed that I wasn't gonna like it?
yeah, because it's so recent, and the other women, it's been a couple years, and
Nah, that ain't
No,
real.
you
So
know-
good that they did a montage of this because I was so frustrated watching this woman. I was just like, can we just take people for face value, like each individual interaction?
the healing process. I'm not the best cook. And I dated a real estate agent before, and it just kind of clashed because I work more in entertainment music industry.
Okay, Zola. So after looking back, at your time on Pop the Balloon, I don't know if you were able to see any of the comments, but a lot of the viewers were like, why did she come on the show if all she was gonna do is pop on people based off of her own assumptions?
Right.
No one ever said this, but she was popping on them. Were you able to see that when you went back and watched it, or what were your thoughts on that?
I got thousands of messages, emails. I mean, positive and negative. I just try to focus on the light and positive side of things, and it was so much comments on everything, not just that, the insecurity, just me being a stripper and maybe not. Sometimes I regret saying that I was a stripper because it's just I know what comes with it. So people just think oh, you're a stripper part-time, so how are you looking for love? How are you even a woman of God? It's just all these things. No, I'm still a woman of God, and I still want love.
Okay, let me let her finish.
things like that, but it's just like overwhelming, like all the messages. Oh.
So I have a question.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I don't know what to say right now.
Yeah. Do you feel like your job is keeping you single? Like, do you get in your head about it? Like, is that something that prevents you from putting yourself out there? Do you feel like?
No, like when I'm every day I'm working in the music industry. I'm in the studio. I'm around celebrities every day. Like, I'm really working in the entertainment industry. So what I mean by entertainment industry is music, modeling, and acting.
Okay.
And being a boss that I am. And like a woman of God. The stripping that's...
Where does the woman of God align with the stripping? Let's just call it what it is. It does not align. It does not align with what the word says about modesty and being virtuous. It does not align. And I think that's where she's confused. And I think that's what we're seeing in this entire kind of like conversation she's having, because she is not clear on exactly how she wants the world to digest the person she's trying to be, because we're all confused just as much as she is.
It's just a 9-to-5 side hustle to me once in a while, once in a blue moon. That's not my life.
Okay.
You know, so it's just I
respect your transparency on that, because you didn't have to say that.
Exactly.
So when
that's
you come in
why
looking for love, you're putting that transparency out there, you're putting that truth out there and hoping the man accept that. So I respect that.
It's like I want to be honest and genuine and open about all areas of my life. But that's not my life. Like when I'm going to events and I'm networking with people, I don't say, "Oh, I'm a stripper." When I grow up, I want to be a stripper. No.
It goes back to this. It's like, what are you willing to do to sacrifice your integrity? And if this is something that feels like it's a thorn in her side, she should not be doing it. It just comes down to that. The fact that it's something that you are not fully invested in, fully proud of doing, you shouldn't be doing it. Which just goes to prove my point that how could it be a thing that a woman of God does when you're not even proud of it? So how could you even think that God would be proud of it? If you can't lead with it, if you can't walk into a room and say it proudly, then you have a conviction inside.
You said that's a 9-to-5 side hustle.
Yes, like that's
8
just
hours.
a job to me. Like I haven't been in the club for like 2 months now. Like that's once in a while here and there, you know? But every day my life is music, creating. Like I go to church every Sunday, you know? But that's probably hard to believe just because I said that. But the first thing that I said, if you watch the show...
It's not because you said it. It's because you do it. You're not willing to lay aside the things that are not aligned with the person you say you are. It just doesn't match.
First thing I said is, I'm a recording artist. That's my life every single day. Like I just dropped a song with Casey Veggies. Like
I don't think it's hard to believe that you go to church and you're a dancer. I think as a woman, you got to do what you got to do to still provide. And who is anybody to judge you for building an income? The fact that that doesn't define who you are. But
it's just like, I get it. Like, I get it.
Here's the problem with that. And this is, I think, what happens with women who basically defend other women in these types of conversations, is that there's always going to be a different perspective from a man. And we all judge each other. The minute that you walk into a room, you're making a judgment call. I don't know why people in the modern age feel like judgment is such a horrible thing. You make judgment calls in order to operate accordingly, even when it comes to safety, even when it comes to something where you want, like, let's just give an example. Will you walk into every single room with your children? Or will you kind of assess, okay, let me see if this room is safe, and then I'll bring my kids in here because I feel like there's going to be a safe environment. You made a judgment call. So once she says that, thank God she was transparent, because if you are adverse to anything within that lifestyle as a man, you don't want to match with a woman who is into that, because then you're trying to, once you get with her, find the good outside of the thing that you deem as bad. You have to make the judgment call. So with this woman saying that, who is this man to? There's a lot of men who are not into a woman who is an exotic dancer. And the ones who are might not align with what she is saying she's aligned with. So she has to actually make a choice, a decision in her crossroads of trying to provide, because there are so many other ways to provide.
Because I'm being realistic with everybody.
Yeah.
You know, like all, the lineup of men, you know, that were truck drivers and this and that. I'm just being realistic and genuine, because I was that hypocrite. I wasn't a stripper my whole life. Mm-hmm. Like, I started very late in my life, probably like 27 years old, 28 years old.
But the work that you do does kind of define who you are, just like if you found out.
No, it don't. Finish, but I will say, like, it gave me the confidence. You definitely have to be confident to just be in the music industry, to perform, to do all these things. You got to have some level of confidence.
I get it, but we're talking about your the
people just focused on that, and I really wish they didn't focus on.
But you cannot deny the fact that it is a huge component about who I'm walking around with when I'm matching on a dating show. It's like, just get out of the business so you avoid this conversation, but you will consistently be hitting this wall of just accept everything about me because I'm deciding to do this. You can also decide not to do it. And I think even these reactions between the men and women just go to show how disconnected we are as even a community to understand we're not on the same page. Most men don't see that as an honorable, integral job for a woman to do. We associate it with pornography. We associate it with debauchery. We associate it with things that are not even godly.
That, because it's just like, I'm more than a pretty face. I'm more than just some stripper. That's just some job to me.
It's kind of hard to not to focus on that, because if I'm a man and I'm looking for love, I wouldn't want a woman.
Then take me out of it. Like that. Hey, that would be great if I could have a man that's a provider.
I want to interject really quick, because
take me out of that.
Yeah. So as far as that stripping thing, you know, a little traumatized, but no, I would say being honest about it.
I'm traumatized as well.
Trust
just
me,
being
we
a
going
black
through the
woman
same thing.
and in the industry, music industry, and what I've been through.
I get it, the entertainment business, trust me. But what I'm saying, is this: the fact that you are honest about it, as long as you have to lead with that. You know what I mean? I know you're saying like, oh, I did it 2 months ago, whatever the case is. But when you talk to someone, they're gonna feel like it's right now. You know what I mean? So as long as you're transparent
and that's why I popped my balloon, because being realistic, most likely I'm gonna work with a guy that's working in the entertainment industry. So when I say entertainment, I'm not saying male porn star, male stripper. No, music industry, sports. They're most likely gonna understand me more.
But you're
saying, because it goes hand in hand. Like,
no, it doesn't go hand in hand. It doesn't go hand in hand. It doesn't matter what where the guy's at in his life. It has everything to do with male nature. And most guys I know personally, as I am a man sitting here in front of this camera talking to you, would rather a woman keep a level of modesty. And the woman that you are saying is yours, you don't want to share her body, the image of her body, with every other man. It's just not what we innately are. It's not our goal. And if he does, usually he has his own, sorry to make the assumption, but it's barely an assumption. I've seen the fruits of this. Even him himself has his own way of being debaucherous, where he might even share his self.
No, I get what you're saying with
Cardi
that. But
B, like, I look up to that.
You're saying, but that's why you popped your balloon. But it's almost, I won't say like a coward way, but you popped your balloon with the preconceived notion that yours is going to get popped instead of allowing it to see what's going to happen. It's like you shoot yourself in the foot before it even starts.
If the balloon got popped or not. I'm not going to go on a date because I didn't feel a deep connection with anybody.
How do you feel a deep connection in 30 seconds?
Okay, like not even that. The physical attraction wasn't there. You know, I'm just going off like women intuition.
But what I'm saying,
like,
isn't it like a shot in the foot? You're like not even trying.
Maybe one date, yeah, sure, you know, but I can't see further than that. And I'm 31 years old, and just based off experience, you know, dating guys that are outside of the entertainment industry, they try to change me or they try to judge me, like what you're doing right now.
That's the preconceived notion. No, we're not judging you at all. We're just bringing to light on what men think and what a lot of men.
And that's why, like, the entertainment industry is gonna be more understanding,
but not.
And I'm more comfortable with that.
Yeah, but the thing is that you guys don't know how men think because you're not a man.
Even y'all simple though, like, to be honest. Y'all simple men.
Again,
and there's women that dance in the strip club and they find a whole husband. There's like artists like Cash Doll in the entertainment industry.
They're outliers in everything.
And she find her a partner.
There's so many
don't
women
let nobody
in this industry.
She's the worst kind of friend. She is the worst kind of friend. You are egging this woman on as if you're giving her these delusions that a lot of men or this unicorn of a man is going to be like, oh, you strip? And you go to church? And you're in the music industry? Oh, jackpot. He is speaking the real, and no one's listening. That's the problem. I got to give him the credit here. Like, yes, he kind of jokes a lot. Yes, he definitely can be a bit irreverent, but I'm with him on this.
Judge you.
They're not even open about it. Are you crazy? Most of these women are married. They're in relationships. They're going to college. You know, I just hate that people assume like, oh, you're a stripper, so you're not smart. I get it because I was that hypocrite. In my younger days, I never smoked. I never drank. I was the hypocrite that was saying, oh, I would never dance. Like, that's degrading to women. Like, but
how are you a hypocrite when you are raised a certain way and assessing a situation and what the results of that situation usually bring? You don't need to actually go through everything to understand what a cautionary tale is. There are so many downsides to becoming an exotic dancer, male or female. There are so many aspects of that lifestyle that we've seen reported, that we heard of, that tells a lot of us that is not the path to go down. So this kind of cosign from this other woman, I dare to say that's why she's single as well, and I believe this woman has multiple children, right? So she's advocating for something that I wonder if she'd be okay with her own, if she has any daughters, get into. And that's disingenuous. That's more like trying to feed a pride narrative rather than trying to be real with your sister, and saying, hey, sis, maybe you should get into something else because it's not working for you. You're not trying to date her.
you just can never say never. Like, you just never know how life is going to turn out for you for any situation. So, like, I get it. But I'm being realistic and I'm letting those guys off easy.
Yeah. So
we're not going to work out.
Dorian, go ahead. Let's hear from you.
Yeah. I respect the naked hustle. Let's be honest. Most of the people that, women that are, I'm not going to say everybody, but a lot of people that are in church or things are reformed, you know what? As far as how I feel about it, I feel like you might have been projecting a little bit. I think you need to stand on business about what you do and why you do it and why you do it for yourself, first of all. And then you should use it as a testimony for other young girls that are growing into women. You could be a testimony for somebody, but don't let any man make you feel bad about what you do and why you do it, because you know why you do it.
Because it's not my life.
Exactly.
My life is
when I met you, you're very humble.
Music.
You're very humble. You're very beautiful and you're very sweet. I didn't even know you were a dancer. So,
see, this is the problem, ladies. We're having a conversation. We're advocating for this behavior between three women. They're the only people who are able to speak without interruption. They're the only people who are feeling like they are in an echo chamber of, I get you, girl, I feel you, girl, but yet you're on a show to find love with a man. With a man. A man told you what a lot of men think. He was immediately shot down by a woman who basically is saying, you don't know what you're talking about. You are not the majority of men. Do we see the problem here? That's a problem.
Exactly, because I don't go out there, hey, I'm a stripper, nice to meet you. No, I'm a recording artist, nice to meet you. Like, I really work in this music industry.
They look at it in a negative way. They look at it in a negative way. I look at it in a positive way. Like I said, if you look in the Bible, I don't know exactly which book of the Bible was, but I could have sworn the lady that touched Jesus' cloak. Y'all know what I'm talking about, was a prostitute. I don't know. I'm not saying you're a prostitute. But what I'm saying is that you can use it as...
And that's like another thing.
Yeah.
There's different levels to this. Things. There's strippers, there's prostitutes, there's escorts. No,
But you see how it all aligns with debauchery, the antithesis of what God calls us to be. How can you be a woman of God and then you're telling us that there's different levels to debauchery? You see how that's not equally yoked in that conversation? This is why she needs to get out of it, because it's not bringing her joy. It's not bringing her peace of mind. She's constantly having to explain something that is supposed to make us believe that she is this integral, virtuous woman. They do not go together. They're oil and water. They do not mix.
just a stripper here and there.
Are you ashamed of it?
This is not every day.
Are you ashamed of it?
No, I'm not ashamed of it. It's just, it's not my life. Like, I just see it as, it's just here and there.
So all right,
my
let's go ahead and move on to our next topic then. Braylon,
That's the problem. It's not my life. Are you ashamed of it? Not a straight answer. It's not that I'm ashamed of it. It's not my life. It needs to be out of your life. It needs to be extrapolated from your life. So you can have, like I keep on saying, peace.
During your episode, seems like you had a lot to say, you know, and some of the things you said caused a lot of controversy. You know, the comments were going crazy on you. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of your clips. Now, what are some things you look for in a man?
Initially, I thought that she was beautiful, but it was too much weave. The toes hanging off the shoes for me. So, yeah, I just kind of, the toes, like she gripping the side of the shoe. Cute, I like the smile.
Thank you.
It's the hair, man. It's too much weave. It's a lot going on. She said she was from Kenya, and I get a lot of scam calls, and I just want to be dealing with that. And it's the accent. I feel like I want to be saying, hi, what you say?
Okay.
Yeah, I thought he was super disrespectful in that. Let's see what he says.
All right. So, Braylon, stomping on the balloon. What was that about?
That's how I felt.
So we gave you pics. Was that not good enough?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Stomping on the balloon.
Yeah,
like you stomped on it.
I had to stand on business.
Wow.
Yeah.
At 37, stomping on balloons?
That's what I want to do.
Clown activity, man.
You said what?
That's clown activity.
Hey, you 50 and you on the show. That's clown activity. But, you know, we all trying to have a good time.
But guess what, though? I don't look 40.
I don't mad at it, man.
You heard me? And I got all my hair. Take the hat off.
I don't.
I mean, at the end of the day, Brian is right. You 37, you stomping on the balloon, bruh. And then you try to come for his age? He got him right there, bro.
You said he was catfishing, huh?
I'm half, but you got a spray on hairline, my boy. You don't want to do that with me. That's one thing you don't want to do. With
He mad because he don't have no hair. I got the hair.
Hold on. Nobody can say anything if he got a size 22 waistline. You a grown ass man, my boy. Don't do that with me.
22 waistline.
Okay. Yes, that's what you got on. That's one thing you don't want to do with me. You got them skinny small jeans on. Stay in your lane, my boy.
What
keep
lane is
going.
that? What you talking about? Stay in your lane. I got my own lane. I'm calling it.
Skinny small jeans. Be easy.
I'm top tier. You bottom tier.
I just want to say, you sat here to most
Sorry,
of
go ahead,
those
I'm sorry.
women, and you were telling those women that they had too much weed.
Yeah.
But you've been sitting here on my girl since she been here,
I've been
and the
to-
hair is the same.
I've been talking to her.
Oh, okay, I'm just wondering. I'm confused.
Just like I've been talking to all the other women.
You got a crush on me?
When I was on them.
So, Braylon, are you typically, you know, that straightforward with people in, like, person when you meet them? Like, you'll tell them, like, ooh, I'm not going to talk to you because your toes hanging off and, like...
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not. I just won't talk to them. But we on a show.
Right.
And they come out and you guys asking us for our opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And and to be honest with you, this stuff is about clicks.
No, it's not.
I mean, okay, in a sense.
For you, it is.
Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And now we got the answer we all waiting for. You did it for clicks, you did it for likes, you did it for clout. And that's why all these assessments are true of you, brother. You lost all credibility there. It's very hard to listen to you now. Look at her face down in the bottom. She's with her real match, her husband-to-be. And you talking about it's about clicks. Nobody respects that. Not at 37. Oh, no.
We want, okay. We looking for the clicks. We looking for the honesty. You know, I wanted to stand out in a sense, but I definitely wanted to be honest on how I felt, though.
Okay.
You know, when the roles are reversed and the women are judging us in a sense, all the guys can understand.
Ain't nobody listen to you now. It's a whole stutter box. I should just fast forward. Stutter box.
That. You know, they tell us one thing is that our height. Pretty sure you can understand that, young man. You know, it's our height.
See?
We can't change.
Immaturity. He is your elder. He basically told you, young buck, why you stomping in the balloon? You too old for that. You're almost 40.
That. But a woman can change about how she wears her hair. And I can change I can feel how I want to feel if I like this woman or if I don't like this woman. And we only get 20 seconds with them.
All right.
So it's not enough for me to be like, well, you know, even though she wears weave, I still...
We know why he's single.
Like her, what's inside of her and things of that nature. No, we just going off the physical.
You don't care.
And if the physical doesn't attract me, then I have to say, because you tell us what to say.
No, she doesn't.
You know?
Oh, I do not tell you what to say.
So can I ask a question?
Those words came out of your own mouth. I simply ask a question.
I'm like, can I ask a
How are you going to throw Arlette under the bus? This man is nuts. He's nuts.
question? What
And delusional.
are you looking for?
What's your type? Man, he need a man weave.
Brian is burning this guy. That is a burn.
So, okay, Braylon. So you said...
He need a man weave.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. So, Braylon, you said you
Like,
came
because
on...
you don't-
Guys, please, hold on one second.
No, respectfully.
So, you're saying it's for clicks. So, are you saying you came on just to get a viral moment?
No,
Is
I'm sorry. I misspoke when I said
No,
that.
you
Okay.
didn't.
I meant to say like it's you want to be different in some ways and things of that nature.
Why?
Okay.
So this is how Ohio gets down?
Not at all. Shout out to Ohio.
Cleveland.
What's your type, though? I would love to know.
I want to know.
I love
To cut people down to be different, though.
No, we wanted to be honest. I've seen many episodes of this show. And like I said, the first thing that a woman would say is talk about a man's height and things of that nature. And it's like, yo, we can't do anything about our height.
But what
See
are
why
you
it was
doing in that
nice?
moment? It's
why
your
it was nice?
moment.
He was
Yes,
prejudging
and I'm being
you
honest
guys.
about my moment. If I don't like the weave, that's what I don't like.
So what do you like?
I like a natural woman. I love a natural woman. I love someone that's soft. I love a woman that basks in her femininity. I love a woman that loves to cook. And I love a woman who who likes to love on me.
Let me tell you something about this brother right here. Every other man on this panel, I don't know them, but if I was in that room with these other brothers, we would all probably have the same mindset saying he's full of it. And he got caught in terms of, he got caught red-handed with his, head between his legs. He was disrespectful. He's not taking any accountability. And he's just full of hot air. He is not the person to partner with in friendship and relationship. He needs to grow all the way up.
Like what likes me. And I'm used to women like my grandmother, my mom. They didn't wear
my God.
weave and things like that.
Okay, look.
They didn't have weed back in your granny days.
We're talking
for
about
real.
look.
I'm saying.
Let's stay on looks here.
Yeah, that's what
Look,
I love a
you
natural
went into
woman.
cooking. Okay, we all can cook. I mean, we better know how to cook. We gotta eat. What's your look type?
I can't. It's not a certain look.
It has to be because you're popping on weave.
I say that I don't like weave.
But we love to wear weave, honey.
Yes, and y'all wear weave for each other. Y'all don't wear weave for us. I guarantee you, probably if it's 5 guys, 3 to 4 of us don't like weave. But we'll take it though because that's what y'all do. But we don't prefer that stuff. Y'all wear that to be in competition with each other.
You are so fake.
He is really delusional.
That's real.
That is so.
I'm sorry.
Accessorize ourselves.
Hey, if the brothers up here don't step up and say nothing, y'all better not.
We wear it for ourselves.
That's fake.
There's nothing wrong with weed.
We just like to have fun.
It's not like, I mean, some dudes just don't care. Like, you get your hair done, it's not really for us. It's not a make or break thing for a lot of
You saying this, we like to have fun. Y'all doing it for y'all. It's
y'all
not,
wanna look good,
it's not for us.
Cool.
For ourselves, not to be in competition.
Yeah,
It's for y'all.
Do you put on a chain to be in competition with another man?
No, anybody, no.
Okay,
No.
yeah.
Chain
So
might
that's
be
not
smaller than
how
somebody
it is
else's,
for
you know.
how we choose
I'm
to
not
wear
worried
our
about
hair and nails. It's not competition.
We're talking about hair. We're talking
chains.
about
Yeah, but
we
that's
talk-
for us. That's not in competition.
and she's asked me, what do I like?
Yeah.
I have a right to have.
You do.
My,
True.
You
yeah,
do.
but you could have kept the part when you said
You
that
said we
did
do
something
it for competition.
That's where you
Yeah.
crossed the line.
you ladies do it for yourself.
Right?
Y'all don't
When
do
y'all
it.
get your hair done, who's the first one to compliment you on your hair? Another woman, right? Most likely.
My daddy.
Right.
Hey, I'm
Okay,
just-
so
I'm
we're
just-
gonna
I'm
go
just
ahead and
here
move
being a
on.
truth teller. I'm sorry.
Yes, we heard your break.
It's not that you're just a truth teller. You have no filter. And yes, there might be even truth to elements of what you're saying, but maturity comes with knowing how to have tact. And this is a perfect example of, we had the young lady who was not willing to accept certain things about her profession being polarizing. And then we have a man here who can't take accountability for his level of crassness and uncouthness. And those two things are elements that you learn as you're raised, or society will help you understand how to fix those things, because the response that it's eliciting is unsavory.
Kaylin, we heard you. So, Shayna,
Hey.
are you ready?
I'm ready.
So obviously, accountability was a word that was thrown around a lot during your segment. When they were referring to you, they were calling you purple dress, all through the comments. So let's see what people were talking about and why they said that.
Yeah, why are you single?
Oh, okay. We'll still ask.
You are handsome. You're definitely my type. I just did not like the question. I feel like when men ask that sometimes, they're trying to find something wrong. And I'm single because I'm single. I haven't met the person. I just didn't like the question.
From your last relationship, name one thing that you did wrong and one thing that he did wrong.
I'm not answering that.
Okay.
Lack of accountability.
Yeah, facts.
Oh, I thought it was so cute.
So Shayna, what do you have to say, about the comment saying you just have a lack of accountability, you didn't want to take any type of accountability when it came to some of these questions? What do you have to say about that?
Okay, so honestly, when I filmed the episode, I left there on such a high. I was like, oh my gosh, this was so fun. And I even spoke to my match, Jeremiah, and a couple that we went out with. I'm like, they're going to drag me a little bit because I wasn't answering some questions. But I didn't know it was going to be to that extent. I'm not going to lie.
Internet.
Y'all came from my life. And I know I can't go back and fix the past. I can only grow from what happened. When I first was reading the comments, I was like, no,
you know? But I had to sit down and think about it. If 3,000 people are saying something, I have to change something. I had to fix something. So I went back and watched the episode, and if I could have changed something, I would have answered the questions. One of my mistakes that I made going on this show was I live a somewhat private life, and I'm going on a public platform, and thought that I didn't have to answer certain stuff, and I learned that was a big mistake. I am a very accountable person, but so my match on the show, which was Jeremiah, shout out to Jeremiah, I could honestly, I did apologize to him after the show, that I should have given him the opportunity to pop if I didn't want to pop my balloon. I should have let that up to him. And then after the show, I did answer answer his question. And the first guy that asked, why am I single? I could have answered that question too. So, I'm watching the episode, and I got a lot of positive feedback and I got a lot of negative feedback, and I can only grow from what happened. So yeah.
All right.
This is like a big adult spanking for all of us adults. It's saying, listen, y'all grown. There's no avoiding the truth, especially when it comes to being with a partner for the rest of your life, or even some of your life. We need transparency, and getting on a show with 1.6 million viewers per episode, people gonna see the authenticity, or they're gonna see that you're being fake, or they're gonna see that you're withholding information. That stuff is gonna be blaring brightly and loudly. So I respect her and appreciate her for taking accountability right now.
So, just to open it up to everyone.
Yeah, that's the biggest red flag ever. The very first thing you should ask someone when you're talking, especially I'm talking to dudes, is like, what happened in your previous relationship and what did you do for that? We had that conversation about what I did. I mean, aside from the show I'm talking about. But, and then I had a conversation with Chanel about that. But that's the first question. What did you do for that relationship to quote unquote not work? Because most, and no feminist type stuff, but I'm not saying, but most women or most people were just gonna say, oh, it's just the guy, he did this. No. And that's a red flag in itself. If they can't say one thing what's hard about dating you? That's a question you should ask anyone you're speaking to. And if you can't answer that, what's hard about dating, you can't say one thing that's hard about dating you, stay away from that woman.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, let me address Tim before you speak. I do agree with you, and like I said, I learned from this experience. And if you guys remember, I did say we both did something wrong. It wasn't just him, it wasn't just me, it was both of us collective. But in that moment, like, it's action. Cameras are, none of this is rehearsed. Y'all, when we go on this show, Arlette don't meet us with us in the bag. This is what's gonna happen. It's literally action, and just that was the first thing that came to my mind. Let me finish. When I spoke to Jeremiah, and I did answer the question, I'm not perfect. I have fallen. And I do take accountability that I did do things wrong in my past relationship. If I could go back and fix it, and I apologize to everybody that I did get upset, I would have answered the question. There's no way that I said I was perfect. I didn't do anything wrong. Did not say that one time. So people that are saying I'm a red flag because of that.
Nobody is perfect,
yeah,
including you, honey.
Yeah, no one is perfect, and I apologize to my match. I can only grow from the situation, so I did say what I did wrong and what he did wrong, and we both moved on from the situation.
Absolutely.
Real quick follow-up. So, but you're saying, like, oh, none of this is rehearsed. When you're saying, oh, all these cameras and stuff, well, why wouldn't your first reaction be to tell the truth?
Okay, so I didn't lie. I did not lie. In that moment, I was the only one. I'm addressing the moment with me and Jeremiah. I was the only one who still had my balloon at that moment. The only person. And when he asked me that question, it was just me guarding my heart in that moment, because I was in a room full of strangers.
My thing is, Reggie, why are you dragging her like this? I understand, and I appreciate that you're trying to give us find the understanding within yourself to understand her logic, but you got your match right there. Like, I don't know if you need to be pressing her this hard about it. Is it pride, or I wonder why?
And I didn't feel like it was like a safe environment for me to open up myself in that manner. I didn't know anyone to just start saying stuff about me. Had I had gone back, I would have absolutely answered the question. It was nothing bad. It was nothing scary. You know what I mean? I was just really guarding myself in that moment. And it didn't turn out the way I thought it would have turned out, But moving forward, if that question is asked to me again, I will answer it.
So we're on a public platform, so we're looking for transparency.
I agree.
So when they ask the question and the first thing you do is pop, in my mind automatically is you ran.
Yeah, I agree. I can't say what you're saying is wrong, because I did run in that moment. Like I said, if I was able to do it again, I would have let Jeremiah pop the balloon. I wouldn't have popped it, or the other guy. So they're telling us to move forward. So I hope I did answer your question. You guys, I am very accountable. I have people around me who keeps me accountable. The picture that was painted was not me, but I grew from the situation. I learned, if you live a private life, do not go on a public platform.
Right.
Well spoken.
I would like, can I just say one thing, like just in your defense, with everything you said, coming out in front of people, you don't know anyone, just that question, why are you single? Women, we just don't like it. We'll answer it, but sometimes when we get that question on the phone, it's like, you know, like, I don't want to talk about that right now.
Is that?
There's nothing wrong with having that conversation, but sometimes timing is important when you ask that question. And when a guy approaches a woman and be like, man, you look good, you got everything, why are you single?
Mm-hmm. It's like translation.
I don't want to talk about that
What's
right
wrong
now.
with you?
My
Yeah, it's
answer
like
to that, why
translation.
we're single, because we were God made Adam, and when he made Adam, he made Eve. He didn't make Eve and Samantha and Sarah and multiple women. He made Adam with Eve, one person. So when we're living in this life, when there's multiple people and it's kind of hard to maneuver to find your person, you found your person. Both of you put in the work to find that.
Right. So,
but a lot
so
of us
when-
have to put in that work.
So
to
when
find
I
our
asked
person.
though, why are you single? It's simple to say, I just haven't found my person.
And that's what I said. That's exactly what I said too. Maybe I shouldn't have popped. You know, and like I said, it's like men are trying to find something wrong with us. I'm single because I haven't met my match. I haven't met my soulmate. And I believe that God is keeping him somewhere for me, and I'm okay on waiting. You know,
But
and I
feel
should
like that answer
have
is already there. Like,
Yeah.
why would you ask somebody why you single?
Because
Like,
not everybody's on that.
what you want me
Not
to tell you? Oh,
everybody-
because I beat up my boyfriend?
Right.
Like, I don't know what you want to hear when you ask that. Why you single? You
Tell
know?
the truth. We want the truth.
But so what do you mean the truth?
I got 5 kids and it's hard for
It's a
somebody to
struggle,
accept
right?
that.
So that's what you want somebody to say?
No, we want the truth.
Yes.
I see.
We want transparency.
We want transparency.
That's it.
I got 5
Why are you guys single? Why are you single?
We're matched.
Yeah,
already.
we're quiet.
We're matched
Well,
already.
I'm just saying difference.
Reggie said, my match is here.
Why were you single before?
Same reason, not finding your person.
That's true.
And then being open to finding the right person.
See, when I answered like I answered
because we don't know you. Because we don't know you. We're just meeting you.
If you're intelligent enough
Right.
to know that a person hasn't found their person yet,
We don't know
then you're
their
intelligent
story.
to know why someone's
So
single.
I'm supposed
They
to look
found
at
their
you and
person.
know your story automatically. We don't have to ask you questions to get to know you. That's what the
Yeah,
questions
you
are
can
for.
ask questions, but
Right.
at the end of the day,
I'm asking
what's
questions. That's
the
what dating is. I'm
like?
asking
What,
questions.
at the end of the
What have
day,
you
like
been through? What's your experience? What's your story? Why are you single?
See if they're crazy, basically.
that's different. That's different. But the
It don't
question
gotta be
why you
extra
single
deep,
on
just
the
have a
popular
conversation.
show is like, what you want me to do? Tell you on the
It's
popular balloon why I'm
It's
single?
communication. Tell me the truth. Just talk to me. Let me know me. Don't try to overthink it. Like, nah, it ain't that
Timing.
deep. Tell me exactly.
It's timing. Period.
You don't. But
It's
you're,
timing.
you know what to expect from this show.
It's
You know what
timing.
to expect. You came on the show and you're.
All right, so then don't get mad if somebody choose not to answer a question on the show.
You cannot. We on a public
always have to
platform.
wait to decline.
All right, y'all. Let's bring it in. Let's bring it in. This is Mike's topic, which is a good segue because we moving on to our lovely engaged couple here. Let's give it up for them. All right. So obviously, Mike and Kay, you guys are our first Pop the Balloon or Find Love engaged couple. And we are so happy for y'all. Let's go ahead and see your journey and what it took for you guys to get to where you are today.
I just wanted to know where you were from, and then how do you feel about men with kids?
I'm from Dallas, Texas,
Okay.
and I would prefer him not to have kids
Okay.
because I don't have kids. But I'm open-minded.
You didn't let her finish.
She says she would prefer, so I don't want her to settle. I want her to get exactly what she wants.
I feel that. I appreciate that.
I have 2 children, so 19, 14. I'm very interested. If anything, I think you're very beautiful. I like the way you carry yourself. You said you're big on health, stuff like that. I'm into that. So I would have kept, but I mean, maybe I should have held on, let you make the decision. But
Yeah,
at the
I
same
was
time,
saying
I
I'm
kind of
open-minded, but
okay. I mean, if I take a balloon back and then I'll let you make the decision.
yeah, get your balloon
Okay.
back. That's
Can we get a
crazy.
balloon back? Let's get a balloon back.
You didn't even let me finish.
I want to spend the rest of my life with you, and I don't feel like I'm rushing. I feel like it's natural. So, I mean, honestly.
Are you serious? Oh.
Nicole, I love you deeply, man. And we are moving at our own pace,
Oh my
regardless of anybody else's opinion. You are a special woman, man. And when a man knows, he knows. And I believe from the bottom of my heart that you are my person.
So beautiful.
My best friend, the person I'm supposed to spend the rest of my life with. And just have a good time, man. We just enjoy this ride together, man. So will you do me the honor and be my wife?
Yes.
I'm crying. Oh my god. Wow, that was so beautiful.
Did you know? So beautiful. Why is who is talking now? Is it the same brother?
Oh, you was gonna do that?
Okay.
Oh, he always talking.
But oh yeah. So obviously, Mike, you are a man of like words.
Look, man.
Yeah.
I'm a poet, but you know the words just came naturally, man. It's easy to just express yourself when the sentiment is genuine. So, you know, the case of a beautiful woman, just a great person in general. So, you know, I mean every word, and we've been rocking ever since. So.
That's good. That's good. So I'm not gonna lie. When y'all first walked off on Pop the Balloon, I was a little unsure about you guys. I was like, dang, I don't know, man. he popped, and she's not sure about the kids. You know, whatever
The way
it is.
he grabbed my hands when we walked off, he wasn't sure.
I wasn't sure. But so, you know, obviously he initially popped because he does have kids. Have the kids? How's that been like for you? I know because first you were a little iffy about it. How has it been?
Oh, it's been good for me.
Okay.
I mean, it's my co-parenting situation has always been good. My kids are a little bit older, so it's never really any issues. And then the kids are older, they welcome K in, and just, you know, they're teenagers. As long as they're happy, everybody's happy, I'm happy. Then it's been a good situation. So.
Yeah, both of our families have been very supportive so far. So.
Good. So speaking of your families, how was it? Were they shocked that you guys, you know, because how long after you guys met did you get engaged?
2.
It's about a month and a couple weeks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why that much time? It took me 6 months, but I knew within 3 that that was it for me and my wife.
I knew after like 2 weeks,
Period.
you know, what I was gonna do. So then we went to the follow up, man. Yeah, and that was that. Man.
So how did they take it? How did they take it when you guys told them?
They was shocked like everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't expect the reaction on the internet to be what it is, but I mean, it's a lot of love and support. You know, people telling us their journey, their stories, and saying when you know is a true statement, man. It's kind of like one of those things that's like you can't really explain, but when you know, you definitely know. So.
Yeah, right. Like my family was definitely like, are you sure? But then I told them, you know, watch the show, watch the proposal, and they did. They saw his character, they saw, you know, all the things he was saying about me, and they were happy for me after seeing it, after seeing us together. Yeah.
You can
sometimes
feel
you just gotta see it to believe it.
You can feel y'all.
Congratulations, y'all.
Connected.
Thank
and it's
you.
so high vibrational.
Thank you.
I'm
And like
so excited.
being public with, you know, relationships is something that both of us have never done before. So our family was like, you know, this must be serious then. It is very serious. So
yeah, because you guys started a YouTube channel and everything, right?
We have a YouTube, Love McKay. It's at probably 11,000 subscribers.
11,000
Congrats, y'all.
Yes, follow our YouTube page.
A lot of love, man. So,
Oh man! So have you guys started wedding planning? I know you just got engaged. We ain't trying to rush y'all, but I'm just asking. Have you started?
We started.
Oh.
We have a
That's
date.
what's
We have a venue. We're making our guest list.
Can I be invited?
This guy. Oh my goodness.
Leave him at the door.
It's LOL, but I'm
Well, unfortunately, you're not on episode 12.
Who's gonna talk about everybody leaves there?
Wait, when is the date?
When if you want to disclose it, I know a lot of people.
sorry.
Some people don't like disclosing the dates.
Is it
Yeah,
next year? Or?
So we're getting married June 1st, 2025, because
Because we
June
met.
1st is the day we met.
Congratulations.
Wow, I'm definitely so happy for you guys.
During the NBA Finals?
What did he say?
He's always got something to say. He needs to be quiet, bro. That's the immaturity. You don't even know when it's not about you. It's always a moment about you making some sort of statement. Allow someone else to have the floor. Like you got your clicks. You got the clicks, you got the funnies, you got the weave. Okay. What else do you have to offer?
We're getting married.
Okay, well, yeah, like everyone here said, you know, we feel the love between you guys. Like it's so hard to believe that you guys just met, you know, not that long ago. But you know, like Mike said, when a man knows, he knows. And a woman too. We know too.
Absolutely.
All right, perfect. So our next gentleman was definitely talked about a lot, all over. You know, there's clips of you on TikTok, Instagram, even Facebook. I'm on Facebook, but I've seen it on Facebook. So, Brian, you already know we're talking about you.
Right.
Let's go ahead and take a look at your journey on Pop the Balloon.
How many kids you got?
I got 3.
You got 3?
Yep.
How many baby daddies?
I have 3.
You got 3 baby daddies.
Yes.
Okay. How many kids you have?
I have 2.
How many baby daddies?
2.
2? Okay. So you didn't think after the first one that you wanted to marry the next one?
No.
No? How many kids
and your
you
preference? I have 3.
You have
25,
3?
18, and 12.
Okay. How many baby daddies?
2.
2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's no disrespect towards that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I just want you to understand when it comes to a man of top tier, right? We give you a few from one man.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. If you have multiple from a different man, that disqualifies yourself.
So it disqualifies a top tier woman from getting a top
That's
tier
exactly
man.
right. Why? Because there's billions of women on this planet.
All right, Brian. So you came out episode 15. I was like, Brian, what are some of your deal breakers? You said you don't have not one, not any. But as we saw, as you went down the line, you did have a deal breaker, and that was women that have multiple baby daddies.
Right.
So, you know, what do you, is that something you came out knowing, or?
Of course I came out knowing, but for that right person, I will compromise for that, right? And I think every man will compromise for that if they come in with multiple kids for multiple different men, right? We gotta like them like that. That was my deal breaker, but like I said on the show, then I would extend grace for somebody that I'm feeling like that. So that's what that was.
Okay. So then, why is that something you didn't say like up front when I was like, oh, what's your deal breaker?
Because after listening to the women, I don't know which one I was gonna like. You know, I didn't, as far as their responses, who I was gonna attract or, you know, pull energy from. So I didn't really know who I was gonna feel until I heard what they had to say. So that's that grace part right there, right? So even if they had multiple different kids from multiple different men, if I still like them like that, I would accept that, like real men do.
Okay. So you're kind of saying like you didn't want to say that just in case one of them popped on you?
All of them would have popped if I said that.
He was testing the waters.
Yeah.
But he was giving nobody grace. Why are you saying
Well,
grace?
I mean,
You were giving no grace.
even
You
though that
weren't
we talked, me and this guy earlier, we was joking around. He said nothing wrong. Like, it devalues the woman when you go through multiple men and have multiple baby daddies. We don't want to deal with that. If you got 3 kids and 3 baby daddies, it's like, damn, your decision making skills are horrible.
Oh my
Y'all forget
Okay.
that y'all the ones who
she's
say
right there.
And then y'all forget that I'm 41 years old. I got a 25-year-old child. So you're basing your perception of me from 25 years ago.
Come on.
I'm not that person I'm not that kid that I was 25 years ago.
Speak on
and I'm
it.
not that young adult that I was 25 years ago. I've grown from that. I've healed from that. I now make better choices, better decisions.
Right.
And I live more of a healthy love life, you know, than I did then. So you're going to tell me, oh, well, you got this many kids, I can't date you.
No,
oh,
it's not-
but that happened 25 years
it's
ago.
not the number of
At what
kids.
point are you going to give grace? Like, at how long are you going to, I don't want to.
Let me speak to that real quick. I think that her point is valid, but it still stands that a lot of men will look at the decision you made 25 years ago as we don't know you now. So we don't know what type of decisions you're making. I mean, I have people in my family who make some of the same decisions over 30, 40 years. Older, younger, they just keep on making the same mistakes. And they don't always learn from that. And so when you are approaching somebody, just like I said earlier, a judgment call has to do with you're assessing the situation, you're seeing if it's worth your time, and then you're gauging whether or not you want to deal with the potential of a person who has healed or not. So unless you say you're healed, unless I can feel that you're healed in the 5 minutes you're on the stage, you can't blame people for saying, I just want to avoid it all altogether, you know? And I understand you're trying to have us extend grace, but a decision like that is a lifelong commitment to a certain perception, unfortunately, that you cannot avoid. It's just going to have to be where you find that person who looks at it from a perspective that is not the majority. It just allows you to be seen with a clean slate, which you actually, it's not completely clean because it's now, you know, flowered with a family, you know, that you have that is broken.
Use the word punish, you know, for lack of better words, a woman for her past.
It's
like
not
Brian came out and said, I don't judge a woman from their past. You know, we all make mistakes. And then he basically just flat out judged.
That's the gentleman's preference. We're not judging you for how many kids.
Yeah.
It's how many baby fathers you got. If you get with a guy and I'm 40 years old per se, and I have 8 kids by 6 different women, that says something.
And then everybody's situation is different.
That
like
part. 4
we all
kids
have
and
different
4 baby
circles.
daddies?
But that's not
3
what
kids
it
and
was.
3
I
baby
have
daddies?
my children. I have by 2 different men, and I was in a 12-year relationship that was abusive. I escaped that by God's grace. I give thanks every day. And so when I moved on to the next relationship, I'm just looking for something better than what I had. And just because it was better doesn't mean it was for me. So when I realized this isn't for me, you know, should I marry this man just because society is going to look at me like I'm a failure as a mother or as a woman? Or no, should I keep going and look for what is really for me? I'm not going to say that I've made all the best decisions as a young adult. I never said I made the best decisions.
And that's what we're referring to, the
Yeah.
decision-making skills.
Yeah.
大红瓶精华水乳，4重精华生态，淡化6大纹路，Olay。
虾皮无限免运吃到饱，今天订明天到，现在就上虾皮购物。
You know?
But that's now, that's in the past. So you're not gonna meet a woman and she tell you she stole a candy bar at 14 years old. Oh no, I can't do that. I don't do thieves. She was a kid. She made a mistake. She ate that, and the candy bar is gone. So in my situation, I feel like I ate that. I ate that relationship that I went through. I ate being a young teenage parent. I ate it. Like the young kids say, you ate. I feel like I ate. I've grown from that. I'm not that person that I was.
The relationship
so why?
is awesome, but the key, you're bearing the man's children.
All right. So, Janae, when you were having, you know, your conversation with Brian during that segment, what was going through your mind when he's asking you all these questions? Like, okay, how many baby daddies? How many kids? What was your thought process? Like, if you want to walk us through that.
I'm true to my core. I'm not ashamed of my past. I'm not ashamed of my 3 kids. And if I wouldn't have the 3 baby daddies, I wouldn't have my 3 amazing kids. I don't allow him and his judgment to define me as a woman or where I stand on today. It's his preference. He deserves a queen of whatever that looks like for Brian. But for me, you have to accept me as a whole with a 4 unit. So it's either, are you even equipped to hold down this fort? You can't judge me. I didn't take anything personally. I talked to Brian afterwards. I said, you know, I don't take anything personal. I'm not mad at you. You know, it is what it is.
It's a
my
preference.
person is my person. You know what I'm saying? But like, people don't know how to live in reality. They want to live into society, you know, and it's fake to me. I'm not with it.
Okay. And then I think Shayna, you wanted to say
So
something.
one thing I do want to say, which I said to you earlier, we all have our preference, which is fine. You might like them tall, you might like them short, you might like them with the kids. Right. But I think it was just your delivery that really was kind of tough to watch. So that's all I had to share. We kind of chatted about it before. You know, everyone's entitled to what they like, but it's just the way you were speaking to the ladies, which was kind of harsh.
So speaking on that, Brian, do you feel like you could have delivered your message in a different way?
Oh, here we go.
I think I wanted to deliver it the way I did, right?
Okay.
Because if I'm coming on some softness, you're not gonna really grasp what I'm telling you, right? And the thing about accountability is you want me to deliver it the way you want to hear it. Nah, the truth hurts. The truth hurts. You got to be able to embrace that. We as men, we embrace accountability, and women have to do the same exact thing
Women do
and not
embrace
get angry.
accountability. I'm not angry.
Okay. I think one element that he's missing is that he said we as men have to embrace accountability. It doesn't omit the fact that women have to embrace accountability, but women are not men. Let me say that again. Women are not men. I don't talk to my wife the way I talk to my boys or my fellow male friends or even my brother. There is a different way that you can talk to a woman. And, you know, you can disagree with me or not, but they receive it differently when you speak to them differently. It might work in your favor moving forward when trying to find a match, because that level of like harshness, even though you might mean it, we always have, like, I feel 4 or 5 different ways we can say the same thing. And it just takes humility to tap into that, because you might not want to, but maybe try to activate it to see if you get a different result.
Like men are aggressive and feel like men are aggressive when they're delivering what they're trying to say. Like, no, I wasn't disrespectful on the show, right? And maybe I could have delivered it a little bit softer. But
and
that's not
James,
the route that I chose.
You wanted to say something?
Brother, the way you've
been
talking.
Hold on 1 second. James is going to go.
I wanted to say something about that. I understand both sides. You know what I mean? Like, for me, I don't care if a female has a starting lineup. You know what I mean? Like, I've dated girls that have multiple kids, you know, and I think that men think one of 2 ways. One is like, okay, you made horrible decisions. And then the other downfall could be, you know, these are extra mouths to feed or bills, you know. And for me, I love kids, you know, like I'm a kids person, so I don't mind dating a woman that has kids. So that's all I wanted to say is like.
Can I say something? Brian, I don't think your delivery was 100% wrong, but there is a difference between you as a type of man and there's another type of man. There's 2 different types of men. It's your preference, and it's a man that knows that he comes into this world to be a leader, protector, provider, who also knows that you're going to take care of a family as a whole. It doesn't matter if they're your kids or it takes a village to raise these kids. I didn't take any judgment, but if you prefer a woman with 1 kid or you want some more with more kids, that's on
fine.
you.
Mm-hmm.
You're just not my person, and I'm not mad at you. And I'm not even mad at the world. And I don't give a about anybody. If we can keep it G. You know, I take care of my kids. They're
she might. When I hear people say they don't give a F about anybody, it's a little worrisome to me. Not because I think that they need to care about approval or validation, but because it's very dismissive to accountability in certain ways in other areas. It's like a little bit of a red flag for me in terms of where that person stands overall in decisions that are made, as if there can be no other perspective. I'm not saying that's what she's saying, but how she's delivering this right now is that seems a bit aggressive, you know? Even to be on the show using profanity, that was her choice, but was it necessary of a mother of several children? The example of it, you know, there's a few different things here that are showing her character.
well taken care of. I'm an independent woman. And I deserve a strong man who's ready to take care of a household. Mm-hmm. Not saying that that's not you or no other man in this world. Everybody got their own opinion. And I respect you 100%. It is what it is.
And let me, hold on, wait, hold on. And I respect that. I appreciate that, right? It's going to be a special type of man that's going to come in and take care of you and your unit. That's going to take care of you and your unit, right? Because most men want to start their own family, right? Sure. You know what I'm saying? So why would we come in and be a stepdad when we know if you have 3 kids, then I'm going to be the 4th? You're going to look at me like the 4th, even if I'm taking care of the house. No, right? No. Because they're not mine.
Because you're not a baby daddy or husband. You're not going to be a baby daddy.
You're the head of household. It's a different.
I understand that, but I'm not their real father, right? So I'm not their biological father, right? So, and things come with that, right? It comes with, you may feel like, you know, I'm not raising your sons right.
Or you can't.
I'm a dad this right now. I had a baby daddy that told me in front of my child, I am not his daddy. I don't need a nigga like that. I don't, and I said nigga.
You don't want.
Why are we getting so crass? None of this is helping her argument and why she was trying to basically validate the feelings of the young lady who is into exotic dancing. It goes into that very hood mentality where nothing is really exemplifying virtue and elements that most men would really love in a wife to bring home to. It's like she doesn't even have the self-control to watch her mouth right now. And I have to say that because it's coming out more and more. The more that she gets triggered with these different things, the more and more she gets more irreverent and crass. She wasn't like this in the beginning of the interview. So I'm wondering if she'll be able to look back at this and see like, wow, did I have to say that? Did I have to do that? Could I have had more couth?
I need a man who knows who's going to come into a whole house. He's going to take mine as his. He's going to take me as
Look at Dreva's face. She's just like, okay.
his partner. It's one, honey. When you find a wife, you find a good thing. I'm not living into society or social media. This show, and I appreciate you guys, because this is real life. You show me the real deal. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to say too much more, but you know,
If you guys were to get together, hypothetically speaking.
Who?
Yeah, I'm just hypothetically speaking.
Just hypothetically, you and Brian.
You and Brian. If you and Brian were to get together, hypothetically speaking, can he put his hands on your children?
What? Put his hands on my children?
That's a real question.
Let's word that a little.
Well, we know what we're talking about. I mean, Brian, you understood what I was saying, correct?
Correct.
If your kids is acting up, can he whoop your kids?
If
Like
they
he would whoop
need
his
it.
own son?
If they need it.
Uh,
I mean, let's be real.
You just
this
have
ain't
to
about
be
that, but let's be real.
If you're going to whoop somebody else's kids, you just got to be ready for that repercussion.
The afterword.
Exactly. What
You
comes
feel
after
me?
that? Because as a father, nobody's going to whoop my kids.
Exactly.
But if
barely whoop
I
my
am the
kids.
step parent of somebody else's kids, I'm a whoop them.
But you're not
And
gonna
I
whoop 'em for
understand
nothing.
that's
whoop your
double.
kids, but
no,
it's different
because
ways to discipline.
I'm ready to
Thank
fight
you.
for mine.
Whooping them.
I'm ready
I
to
got a
fight for mine.
5-year-old. My
So
son has never had a whooping.
listen, I'm ready to fight
Ever.
for mine. So I'm going to check you on that. And if dude wanted to check me on that, he has that right. And that's all I'm saying.
And,
is
no,
you
and
gotta-
those are the issues
It's
that
the
we
way to
deal.
do
And
it.
those are the issues that we deal with being a step parent. Like, and another
are the
thing that I want to
insecurities.
address is that, like Brian,
It's not an insecurity. It is a reality of some people who grew up with, being spanked or being disciplined in that way where it's physical. They might assume that that is okay because you're now saying, well, you're coming in and you're being the surrogate parent. Do I have those rights? Men who are wanting to start a family of their own, but yet they're settling in hindsight, they're settling with you because you have a pre-made family. You have to know that they might operate in the way that they normally would with a family that they created with you. So these are not just insecurities. These are realities of what are we both willing to sacrifice?
I've been hearing you talk since we've been here all day. Like, your demeanor hasn't changed. So I want to say, like, I don't think that you were aggressive at all. I think that you were being you. And I appreciate that authenticity that you have been bringing. And I still got and I still got a couple more jokes in the back of my head for your ass too.
Okay, y'all, let's wrap this up. And so Chanel, you were like the queen of facial expressions.
I was.
And everyone was showing you like I was getting tagged all over Instagram like, look at this woman, like she's making all the faces. And I feel like most of it was during Brian's segment. So let's take a look at all the faces you were making.
That disqualifies yourself.
So it disqualifies a top tier woman.
But you're judging me on the fact that I have the choice.
No, I'm not judging you. That just means that I'm not for you. If you're going to judge me because my second baby daddy didn't work out for me, then I'm not for you. So I'm not judging
And
you
I
and your
understand that.
opinion
How many
and
kids
your
you have?
preference. I have 3.
So, you know what I mean? Like,
I appreciate it.
but you
She said period.
So it's like when the mic was in front of you, you didn't say too much, but like your face was speaking for you.
I didn't even know the camera was on me.
Oh yeah.
Because the way you guys are very strategic in the way you set it up, so I thought the cameras was focusing on them. So I was just sitting on the side like, I had no idea they had everything on there. But that's just me in general. But it was a little shocking. Like Brian came out, like some people were saying in the comments, like swinging, like on everybody. I don't have any kids, so and also I was thinking like I wish he asked me some questions because I'm gonna get him, but it didn't come back to that. It didn't circle back, but.
Okay. And then just to go ahead and wrap up Brian's segment, you are writing a book.
Yes.
Or you actually wrote a book already. So is it finished?
Yes.
Congratulations.
The perfect match. The perfect match. 7 keys to pop your balloon or find love.
I'm confused. The perfect match, 7 keys to pop the balloon or find love. But you didn't match with anyone on the show. So what exactly is in this book, brother? I'm just asking a question. I would love to even have you on my show, just to find out.
But what is 7 keys? What do you mean 7 keys to?
Seven advices, 7 keys, 7 tips, right? 7 motivations, to be able to pop your balloon like you did for me, right? Or find love like you did for Reggie. You see what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what it is.
What are 3?
What are the 7 keys?
You gotta buy the book.
Gotta buy the book.
Gotta buy the book. We gotta buy the book.
Us one.
No spoiler alerts.
Buy the book.
Us one.
You were on our very first podcast that me and BM did, and we did talk a little bit about it. So let's take a little glimpse at that.
But you definitely want to pick this up right here. This is going to make a lot of perfect matches. It's going to save people a lot of time, right? And this is definitely something that you want in your book.
Exactly. How is it going to make a lot of perfect matches and you haven't had a proven match? Oh, jeez, Ollie.
Collection. This is for all the readers.
So Brian, you said that this book is gonna get people a lot of matches,
right?
And then some of the comments during that podcast said, "How is Brian writing a book about matches when he didn't even get one?"
Right, and I saw that, right, and I saw that. But every shot you take, you're not gonna make, right? But at the same time, there's humility in the journey, right? So I wrote the book so you can be able to take a different route or take a different approach than what I did, so you won't get popped, or for you to get chosen, right? So just because I didn't get a match, it doesn't mean I'm not gonna find a match, right? So my old lady might be somewhere else. I don't know. She might not be on the show. She might be watching the show. She might be waiting for me to come get her, wherever she might be.
She might be
right?
overseas.
It might be. I might be a passport bro, right? Because our black American women tripping around here. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
No.
Y'all tripping, you dig? Y'all tripping.
Take accountability.
Don't have us go abroad and find somebody else that's of a different ethnicity when you right here at home. Please don't do that.
They're not making it back from over there.
I like that nigga, man.
So is anybody here picking up Brian's book? Y'all picking
I'm
up
gonna
the
buy
book?
it.
Okay.
I'll support.
Good.
I'll just put it on the shelf.
How much is it?
It's $22.99.
Okay.
So it's reasonable. It's $9.99 on Kindle. You can pre-order it.
Nice.
All right.
All right. Well, I'm glad you were able to.
I mean, it's beautifully done. It looks like a very nicely designed book.
Write that book, and I do hope that you get lots of sales on it.
Thank you.
And everybody reads in on it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. So on episode 20, it ended off with such a bang. Our last girl came out, and she was like, "You know what? Y'all can get a piece of me." So let's go ahead and take a look at Dorian's journey.
Spots on your stain in your little dress.
I was in the bag drunk, so whatever.
Oh my God.
It's fine. It's a $300 dress.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's the $300 dress. My bad. I got a little makeup on it.
And I popped my balloon because you came out a little aggressive. You feel me? I like femininity. I'm not saying you not feminine, but your demeanor, maybe it's the liquor. You feel me? But
no, I just don't think I would like to be out on a nice dinner date or skydiving with somebody that wears pearls. So I don't like the pants. I'm gonna be honest. I think that since you're light skinned, you should have wore something a little bit more. Less olive.
Less olive. I thought she was gonna say sage.
Okay, so Dorian, let's start off with the first thing that's been going all around the internet: the $300 dress.
Yeah. If you know me, I love cocktail dresses. My favorite place to shop is House of CB, Opoly, any UK brand. They're in a frenzy because I said the dress was $300 and they're getting it for $17.99, which is okay. It's nothing wrong with that, but Yeah.
So yours was
$300
from
It's
House of CB, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I put it on Instagram. It got like almost 3 million views now. Because they were so obsessed with the dress. Because I look good in it.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful dress. Beautiful dress.
It was just a lip liner pencil drop. Imagine just dropping a lip liner on your dress like that, just a dye.
I didn't even see the stain.
Exactly, he was delusional.
That part. Okay. And now there was a part. I think it was when you were talking to the second guy, Ryan. Sorry, when you were talking to Ryan, and he started saying a statement about how you had an unwelcoming demeanor, and you said, "We all know why." Why? If you want to explain that.
So I'm not gonna say too much. I'm gonna tiptoe around my words with that because I do have a nice job. But if you look at Ryan's YouTube, you look at his pictures on his Instagram, you look at his exes. Ryan just looks like he brings green bean casserole to the barbecue, and that's exactly. Exactly what I meant when I said that. Shout out to Ryan. I seen your YouTube video. I seen what you said about you want to figure out where I'm from and how my parents are. They're great people. They raised me to stand up for myself.
That part. Okay. So now, were you shocked that all the guys were like, "Yeah, we agree. You came out aggressive"?
No. I wasn't shocked.
Okay.
I was raised by men, so I understand what they were saying. I mean, I'm for a certain type of person. I'm for a certain type of man. I feel like their reasons weren't as straightforward as they could have been. Like, I thought it was an open dialogue. I wanted them to get in a little bit more of a detail of why they didn't like me besides me being aggressive and assertive. They really wanted to call me ghetto. Honestly.
Ain't nothing wrong from being from the ghetto.
It's not. It's like I really learned on social media.
I'm from
just
the ghetto.
You feel me? So I really learned. It's crazy how they just, the way my cadence, how they just automatically, oh, she's ghetto, she's ratchet. When you can do both. You can be both. You can be corporate. You can be from the hood. They just didn't know how to handle me, but we don't come from the same place, and I respect them, and I respect how they feel. So
It's what I was saying in my review of her episode, or even like when you guys look at my page of her, my assessment of her, I use the word forceful because that's what it comes off to a lot of people who are not used to her type of, demeanor. I'm from the Bronx. What she's serving up is nothing new. Does it attract me initially? Quite honestly, no. Is my wife anything like that? Not comparing my wife to this young lady. She'll find her match, I'm sure, eventually. But if I talk about what the qualities I was looking for, it wasn't something that I wanted to match with long term because I've seen that type of demeanor be something that I don't necessarily want to argue with, and I know she even mentioned I'm not arguing and going back and forth, but even that level of intensity is not something that I particularly was looking for. And I even said in my review that she would be a good friend. Like, I would probably be really good friends with her, just joking and laughing and just understand, because I wouldn't be judging her. I'd be like, yeah, I understand where you come from. I get it. But as far as romantically, you have to want to be in that type of the connection with somebody romantically. You have to want to be constantly in that, back and forth. And that's not something that, a lot of guys I know would want, but that's the guys I know.
I don't expect them type of men to understand me. They not my type.
So after you guys watched Dorian's segment, I know that whole lineup of guys, they were like, yes, when the last guy was like, yeah, I feel like you're coming off aggressive. Did any of you guys get that impression as well?
No, not at all.
That she was coming off aggressive.
She was being real, man. That's what
She was being
I thought she was being real.
I think where the ball dropped for her was when she was like, I was in the back drunk. Like that right there.
I agree.
And took it and ran with it. Right.
I agree. I gave them. You guys are totally right. I literally had 2 shots. I'm come on. All my friends we turned. So I be teed a little bit, but I literally wasn't drunk. I was nervous. It was my first time on a big platform, and it was a lot of different men. So I was nervous. That was my best answer at the time. I was not drunk, y'all.
Okay. That's good.
Are you drunk now?
No, I'm not drunk. I should have brought a bottle of Don Julio. They got drunk. I had the same amount of drinks today that I had on the show that day, and I'm still. This is how I am. They was just scared a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of think they was too. I didn't really think that nothing you said was wrong.
Thank
I
you.
think you really express yourself well.
Gracias.
I think they just want like. I just think they like a lighter, like a a more lesser woman who likes to speak more, less
Yeah.
or whatever. You know what I mean? And I know
Yeah.
you're not that type. You very outspoken.
Yeah.
When I watch.
I like an open dialogue with my man. Like, I want to joke, I want to laugh, I want to really get the. If we don't speak and we don't talk, and I just got to be soft spoken all the time, then we'll never really get to know.
She kind of sounds a little bit like Tiffany Haddish. Like, she has looked like her a little bit too, just the darker skin version. Yeah.
Each other when we're mad, happy, sad, rich, broke, like that's childish to me. So they weren't for me, and I wasn't for them, and then hopefully I'll find somebody that. Appreciate that.
Right.
I thought that shit
And James,
was
I think
hilarious.
did you want to just
Well, I
add
was just
something?
going to say, I think it came across aggressive because your voice carries. Like, it sounds like you yelling, but you're not. Like, you calm, but your voice carries. Does that make sense?
You have a strong presence, so
Yeah.
that's is what it is.
I agree with what he's saying. Strong presence, voice, yelling is crazy. I think they just pinpoint. I think they just said that because the way I talk, the way I act, I'm very energetic. I'm outgoing. So I mean, that's your opinion, but I don't think I was yelling. I was talking in the same voice.
People say that you're yelling when you disagree with them, and everything the guy said, you disagree with them, and you gave them another reason why you felt differently, and they
They
don't
were
like that
gaslighting
either.
me for
Yeah.
sure.
Cool. Okay, well, y'all, that is the end of this reunion.
Oh my God.
I do thank all of you for giving your input, and all of you guys for being transparent and so open. Like, it takes a lot to come out here and do what you guys did,
It
from
does.
going on Pop the Balloon and also coming on here and also doing follow-ups.
Yeah.
Like, not a lot of people are able to do what you guys did, so let's give it up for yourselves.
Kudos to
Honestly.
you guys, for sure. Yeah.
Thank you everyone for tuning into the season 2 reunion of Pop the Balloon or Find Love with me, Arlette Amuli. We do thank you all for all the support you've given us through this entire season, and we do hope to catch you all.
Well, guys, that was it. That was the Pop the Balloon or Find Love season 2 reunion. Comment, rate, and subscribe. I appreciate you guys for being here for SJ's Love Relay. I've got a lot more than Pop the Balloon on this channel. You might even see this episode and something else at the same time on the same day. So until next time, I'll see you. Love you guys. Peace.